Hey everybody, Graham here from therecordingrevolution.com, and today I want to share with you 5 audio lessons that I've learned over the years by really smart people that have shaped and molded me into the engineer that I am today, and how they can help you just as much. Now, this week I launched a brand new redesign of the Recording Revolution site. Now, if you're watching this sometime in the future, hopefully the site still looks cool and is functional, helping you as well. But today, when I'm taping this, I'm sort of celebrating the whole redesign, and I've been just flooded with tweets and messages and emails and comments on the site of just praise and thanks from so many of you, and it's humbling. And many of you call me sort of a mentor from afar, and I've been able to help shape and teach you and maybe mold you and help get you some results in your studio. And that's flattering and it's humbling. But I don't want for a moment anyone out there to think that somehow I just come up with stuff and then I just spit it out or write it out and then I become this mentor. I am a student first, and I've been mentored by so many talented people over the years, and I continue to be. And so there are some key lessons that I was thinking about that have shaped the way I work, the way I record, the way I mix, and the way I teach, that have been a blessing to me, and I want to pass them on to you today as well. So 5 specific lessons and 5 specific people. So I want to name drop and just to thank these people as individuals, if they're watching and if they're not, just so you know, these are real people that have taught me a lot, and I'm grateful. Okay, lesson number 1, it's about you, not the gear. Okay, I had a professor in college, Dr. David Cottrell, super talented engineer, film composer, songwriter, award-winning guy, and he taught a lot of our engineering classes, would let us in the studio, the multiple studios with all this nice gear, and we were young freshmen, sophomores, wanting to get our hands on all this stuff and start making music. And not only did he teach us a lot about how to use the gear, but he always encouraged me and all the other students to go home with our little laptops and our USB 2-channel interfaces to make pro-sounding recordings on that. He never ever taught audio in a way that there was the real studio and then there was what you did at home with your laptop and your equipment. It was, in his mind, equal. So if I said, hey, I'm making a record on my laptop, he would always encourage me saying, that's awesome, make it pro, make it sound pro. And he never really distinguished that from the pro studio. And I got to work in all these cool environments, but he was the first person that really put sort of wood behind the arrow, sort of fanned the flame of my desire to make music from home, saying it's a legitimate medium. Doesn't matter if you're working on your laptop with your inbox or you're here in the studio with a full Pro Tools HD system. Those are just tools. It's all about you. So if you're good, you'll make a killer record at home and in the studio. And if you're not good, you won't make a killer record at home and in the studio. So that whole mindset that has shaped so much of the way I view the world and recording, it was really teased out by David Cottrell and encouraged. And had he not encouraged me, I don't know if I really would have pressed into it as much, because it just made me think, shoot, I can go do this in my apartment. Why not? I was thinking I could anyway, and he just gave me the validation that I knew I needed to just go and make music happen. So thanks, David Cottrell. It's not about the gear, it's about you. Lesson number 2, study good songs. Okay, one of my favorite professors in college, Rick DiGianardo, super talented guy, played keyboards with Elton John, Sammy Hagar, toured the world with all these bands, was more of a touring keyboardist, and then he was a fantastic songwriter, and he taught a bunch of songwriting classes. And I remember not wanting to take a songwriting class because I was prideful, and I was arrogant. I thought, I already know how to write songs. What's a songwriting class going to teach me? In songwriting classes, he taught me to study good songs, to be a student of good songs. So I learned how to pick apart songs, arrangements, study other genres. He forced us to collaborate with other people in the class that made music that was nothing like our music. He forced us to write and demo a recording and bring in a song every week for the entire semester of Songwriting 1. So I wrote like 12 or 13 or 14 songs that semester because I had to. And I learned deadlines from that. I learned the art and the craft and the work of songwriting. I learned that it wasn't just this mythical thing you just sit around until inspiration strikes and then you pen some amazing hit. It doesn't work that way. You go to work and you write what you know, and you study the best and pick them apart to then either mimic them for practice or to use the things that you learned from the great songwriters of our time and our history to help you then channel your ideas into a modern song. So study good songs, study good arranging. That's what Rick taught me. Lesson number 3, and this is the most technical of the 5, mix in mono. Oh my gosh, I always read about this, and it wasn't until I came across a random website called mixcoach.com where there was this guy named Kevin Ward teaching people about recording and mixing, and he's this award-winning mix engineer from Nashville. We've since become good friends and hung out, and he's let me sleep on his couch, things like that. And he's a super talented dude. But I remember him first talking about mixing in mono, thinking, dude, I've been taught that in school. It's so old school, it doesn't make any sense. He was the first guy in the recent years, the last 5 years or so, that basically taught me, no, you need to go back to mixing in mono, and here's why. And it taught me how to EQ properly. Mixing in mono is one of the smartest things you can do. Your mix is not going to live in mono forever, but for 80% of your mix, 50% of your mix, when you're making your critical volume and EQ decisions sometimes, you do that in mono so that you actually are forced to make tracks separate. And if you can't hear them separated in mono, it means your EQ is not right, so you're not done. You keep EQing until everything has separation and clarity in mono, where panning just tricks you and you think you got all the separation. When you don't, your EQ is not right. So thank you, Kevin, for teaching me that. That lesson has changed the way I mix. It's helped my clients. It's helped you all if you're watching this, because I teach it to you. And it's just given me a lot more clarity knowing how to get clarity, did you like that pun, in my mixes. Mix and mono. Thanks, Kevin. Lesson number 4, you have to develop your own taste. Okay, I learned this from Fab Dupont, a Grammy Award-winning mixer who runs another great site you should check out called Pure Mix. He's got some of the funniest tutorials on the planet because he's got a really funny French accent, and he's just got a great sense of humor. You combine that together, and sometimes I feel like he's telling you jokes that should be funny, but I didn't understand what he said because he said it in a really thick French accent. But I love the guy. He's hilarious. We've hung out multiple times. He is gracious enough to consider me a peer in ways when he's far more talented than I am and far more awarded than I am. And I've learned a lot from him, but the biggest thing I've learned from Fab is that great mixing is knowing what you like, having developed good taste sonically. So knowing what kind of drum sounds you like, or the balance you like, or the way you like to pan things, or the way you like to treat vocals. Now, every song is different, and every style or genre is different, but you have developed your own favorites of the way things sound. So when you mix, you're not asking questions like, what's the right way to mix vocals? What's the right way to EQ this kick drum? Instead, you're thinking about, how do I like kick drums to sound? How do I like vocals to sound? And how can I get it there? Taste is such a big deal that we teach all our Dueling Mixes members that they need to comment every month on which mix, Joe's or mine, that they like best and why. They have to tell us why they like my mix better than Joe's or Joe's mix better than mine. Not just a vague vote yes or no for either one of us. They have to tell us why. And that forces them to study a mix and be able to say, I don't like it because I don't like guitars to be that aggressive, or I don't like it because I don't like drums to be that thick. And it's a tool to help them develop their own taste, and that has helped me. It's helped hundreds of other people that have been taught this by me and others. Develop your own taste, please, as a mixer, and you will go far. You'll be out of the what should I do, and you'll be into the this is what I want to do mode, and that's way more freeing, and you'll do better work. So thanks, Fab. Lesson number 5, stay humble and always be a learner. Now, I've learned this from the infamous Dave Pensado, who's, again, been sort of like a little, can I say godfather? He's almost like the godfather of mixing. And he sort of adopted me, as he's adopted many of you, into his little weird mixing family, where we kind of watch him mix on his Into the Layer segments, and we watch him interview his friends and steal out of them the secrets of Grammy Award-winning mixes and share them with the rest of us. The thing I've learned the most from Dave is that at his caliber and his level and his acclaim, and his pay grade probably, he is still the most humble guy in the industry that I know. And not only is he humble, meaning he never acts like he has it all together, he's always willing to talk to somebody and learn from somebody else. But that evolves into the second statement, is stay a learner. He's always learning from people. The fact that he could even come to a site like mine and say he learned stuff from me, which isn't really true, but he's always in a posture of, oh, I didn't think of it that way, or remembering things, or constantly wanting to soak up new information and apply it in his work. And that's the cool thing about Dave, is he's humble and he's a learner. And you and I need to stay that way. Stay humble, stay as a learner. Don't ever think you've got it figured out. It's not about figuring it all out. It's about constantly improving and enjoying the process. Stay humble, stay a student. Learn that from Dave. Thanks so much, buddy. There you have it. The 5 biggest lessons that have shaped and molded me as an engineer, as a person probably, it's bled into my personal life, and as I've run the Recording Revolution, those 5 lessons I hope help you. Think about each one, apply each one in your own life. Maybe one of them was new to you, maybe you've already implemented a lot of them. But I am grateful for the mentors and the teachers that have shaped me in the past and continue to teach me and shape me today. Surround yourself with lots of other mentors and people. If there's nobody that you can directly meet with to teach you, follow sites like mine, go to Pure Mix, go to Mix Coach, go to Pensado's Place, go to a local community college, take some online courses, constantly learn, constantly be impressed upon by others that are greater and smarter than you. It'll only help you. It'll only unlock hidden potential and talent that you have, and it's way more fun. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the videos if they help you. Thanks for following the Recording Revolution. If you haven't gone over to the site, it's brand new this week. Lots of bonus content that I was never offering before. It's completely free and it's only at the site. You got to sign up on the mailing list. Thanks again for being a part of what we're doing here at the Recording Revolution. I hope to see you on a video soon. Take care. All right, lesson number 1, it's not about you, it's about the gear.